Okay. I guess I'm just gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep this like a regular video. So if people come, even if they don't come, maybe they'll watch it later. But this is a brief discussion because the new iPhone 10 obviously just launched. It came out literally. I don't even know what my phone is. I would wanna where the hell did I put my phone? Shit, probably. 1 second, guys. I wasn't prepared for this, so this is what I'm saying. It's gonna be a cool video because it's basically me trying for my phone now. It's not in here. Oh Jesus! Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Found it. All right. So am. I have been an iPhone user. I had the iPhone 4S, which is a phone I love. I had the iPhone 5S, which is also an amazing phone. I had the iPhone 6S. I switched to the Google Nexus 6, which it was horrible. Motorola absolutely pleased. It was a nightmare how the OS was just. I would just say it wasn't smooth. Maybe it was just the operating system at that time. Google improved it with Nougat, very essentially like 10 to 100 times better than what it was. I had photos like disappear on my Nexus 6. Literally, one time I updated my Nexus 6 and half my photos were just like gone, and there was no way to recover them unless I had like physical copy. But there wasn't an SSD expansion inside the Nexus 6, and essentially I was just screwed. Unless I had like a backup service, which I wasn't using at that time. So to that issue, Google now provides free backup. I think, especially with the Google Pixel, if you get that line, you will essentially have unlimited photo, 4K or like 1080p. But yeah, so they have your stuff covered nowadays. So I switched after the Nexus 6 to the iPhone 6s, and I loved it. It was they were always innovative with the S lines. At this time they created 3D Touch on the 6s. It was amazing. Even I miss it on this phone that have the Note 8 and does not have 3D Touch. It only has it on the bottom right here where you're able to press the bottom button at any time, and it's essentially works like the home button on the iPhone 6. When you click it, it takes you to home screen. Or you could turn on, wake up your phone with it by clicking it, and it vibrates. So the whole screen was like that, and it had a lot of cool gimmicks that you could use. Essentially, now they're making the iPhone 10s and 10s Plus. They also have it, but the 10R, they removed that feature. For some weird reason, maybe it's just it wasn't possible with the screen. I'm not sure. I mean, even the delay, the factor that phone is delayed should caution people, because whenever things are delayed and not launched, it means there's just further bug testing, and it could be something minor, like minor bugs, to a very big hardware bug. So I would stay wary with the iPhone XR, even though it does look attractable. I mean, it packs literally everything the 10s packs, except the screen is shit. That's the only difference. However, we're comparing the XR and the iPhone 10s, the 10s Max to the what essentially is the Note 9 and this Note 8, which is basically the same phone. The Note series, the only difference is screen. I think on the bottom is a little bit bigger by a 0.1 of an inch. The resolution is the same, I believe, and the pen over here that you can use, which essentially is its own like 3D Touch feature that this phone packs. They all have the individual features. It has Bluetooth capabilities. Similarly, how with the iPhone XS, there's nothing newer than it had with the 10. It was literally they took the iPhone 10 and they called it the 10s. It's laughable now. Now, the final question that I wanted to discuss, and I'm sure people in here they want to know, is really Is it worth getting the iPhone 10, giving money to Apple for what they're doing to their customers? I mean, they're making the iPhone XR or 10R, whatever, cheap. It's $750. But Samsung Note 8, when I bought this, was $720. Okay. I got this for 720. Even I had it with a deal from T-Mobile, which gave me at the time another free one. It was a buy one get one free deal. So I essentially sold that other one for $650 to my friend, and ended up paying only for about $100 for this phone, and with activating a new line. If I regardless, even if I didn't do that, this was $720. When it came out, it was 950, but the price dropped. Apple will never have price drop. So where quality is in place, is Apple really that much further ahead that it's able to charge such prices for devices? Um, the screen resolution is not as good. They pack the same screen I have. Samsung displays on all of their phones. They don't hide that information. But people still tend to give them money, and they push this action reward system. You have to understand, it's all about that human psychology. When you reward Apple with your money for them selling you crappy phones and that are supposed to be way cheaper, the iPhone 10 has no way is $100. That phone should be costing $800 at least. But for some weird reason, they're able to up the value tremendously and steal it from a lot of people. Now, my recommendation is be smart, be wise. These devices, they last for 2 years. I almost had this for a year. It works perfectly fine. Don't waste your money to a company that does not provide for customers the way it did before. I mean, it's even ridiculous. My final statement is how ridiculous is every S model that Apple ever produced, starting from the 4S, had something unique to it, whether it was FaceTime or 3D touch, or fingerprint scanner. 10s had nothing new from the 10. It was the same exact phone, and the only thing difference is they made the max model, which is like the 10 plus. It's just, they're robbing you. This is a phone that was supposed to be made a year ago, and it's a year old technology. They're selling for price that's brand new. If a graphics card company did that, nobody would buy that graphics card. AMD, if they sold their old chips for the same price as their new chips, nobody would buy them for video games. I would just want to have people thinking, just take that thought in, and when you buy phones, really think about the bigger picture of what's going on. A lot of these technologies, they have eventually, right, they get thrown away after 2 years, like I said. So instead of continuously feeding Apple yearly money, you could buy a good phone like a Samsung Note 8 and Note 9 for way less than an iPhone. You're going to get the same, if not more, what they provide. And you will be able to do a lot more with the money that you saved. I know I won't convince a lot of all the hardcore fanboys. I had Apple iPhones in the past, but one last thing to have to say before I end this video is, if you keep feeding positive feedback to a company, they will keep doing the same thing. They won't look back and look at either of their mistakes, because they won't see them. So it has to. I wish Apple would come back, but I necessarily don't think it would happen unless a lot of people would not buy the 10s Plus, for example, because it's a complete waste of money. I mean, even as I'm saying that, there's going to be zombies walking to the Apple store. I'm sorry, not zombies, but customers, regular customers who just want a phone. And, Apple can be nice about it and actually give them a good deal, but they don't. So don't encourage that. Make Apple give you a good deal, and essentially boycott it. Don't upgrade if you have a 10, it doesn't make sense to upgrade to the 10s. And consider getting a Samsung because these phones are really good, and if not slightly better in other ways than iPhones. And you could get them at a lot cheaper. Even if you're getting them brand new, like the Note 9 that just came out, is $1,000. It's still gonna be a lot cheaper than 10s Plus, and it will give you basically the same quality, and if, like I said, if not more than what the iPhone gives you. All right, guys, take that into consideration. These are ultimately are going to be all high-end devices. They will do what you want them to do. The iPhone will most likely do your standard things, and so will the Samsung. They don't overheat. They don't, I say, they don't go black screen often, as my Google Pixel 6 did. But the price of the package, what you're buying for, is really really ridiculous. It's you could consider Apple as the Louis Vuitton of things, of cell phones, and except Louis Vuitton doesn't make their bags and not provide that customer support. If anything goes wrong, they'll fix it. For a lifetime warranty is free. There's a lot of complimentary stuff. Apple just robs you. All right, I'm done ranting. It's an 11-minute video. Please feedback, comments, subscribe. I'm sure this is maybe we'll get some bad censoring. I hope there's a way to censor in the video. I sorry for cursing earlier, but Apple for robbing me and others when they do these things does piss me a little bit off. Have a good night, guys. Take care and make the right decision when you buy the next phone. Peace.